Night owls finally have no need to sleep. A new virus has emerged that kills anyone who falls asleep. A few friends gathered at home for a party when suddenly one friend collapsed from the couch. Dave approached to check and discovered his friend had stopped breathing. He asked the others to call for help, but they fled in panic because they had been using illegal substances. Suspecting an overdose, Dave attempted CPR while instructing his friends to dial emergency services. Yet despite multiple calls, no one answered. Dave ventured into the bedroom seeking assistance, only to find his friend and his girlfriend fast asleep. He tried to wake his friend, only to find his neck jerked back, and he too had stopped breathing. Placing his hand on the woman's neck, he discovered she was also lifeless. He immediately covered their mouths and noses with clothing and urgently warned his friends to leave. Concluding there must be a gas leak in the room, he loaded all 3 bodies into his car and rushed them to the hospital. But as soon as they entered the hospital, they saw several beds in the hallway covered with white sheets, apparently for the deceased. They found a nurse to assist, who came out to examine the bodies and confirmed they were dead. However, it wasn't yet the start of the shift, and no other staff were available. They could only leave the bodies outside for now, so they had to wait at the hospital. At that moment, they noticed a father and daughter across from them also waiting for the hospital to open. The daughter gave her father a sip of alcohol and told him to close his eyes and rest for a few minutes. But 10 minutes later, he saw the old man across from him spit out white foam. He quickly alerted the old man's daughter to check on him. Seeing no response from the woman, he tapped her shoulder, but she collapsed to the side as well, seemingly dead.
Hey, we need some help! Hey, nurse!
The nurse glanced over and immediately went to the break room to find help, only to discover her sleeping colleague had also stopped breathing.
What happened?
She was sleeping.
The friend immediately suspected the other might have some illness, a stroke or heart disease perhaps.
I don't know!
Once the nurse calmed down, she explained that many patients had died inexplicably that night, leading her to suspect someone had poisoned the hospital. But calls to the police station and CDC went unanswered. They drove to report it, but halfway there, the nurse seemed to see something. She kept demanding the man stop the car. She stepped onto the main road and stood there for a moment. She believed everyone in the city had met with accidents because the streets were completely deserted. She then drew a gun and fired a shot into the sky, reasoning that anyone hearing the gunshot would surely come running. Yet 10 minutes passed without a single person appearing. They entered nearby residences to investigate and indeed found many people dead in their sleep. After checking the entire street, they discovered not a single living soul. Some had died in their beds, others on their couches.